O Lord, you have been our dwelling place throughout all generations. Before the mountains were born, or even you have created the earth and the world, from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. See, that's one of my favorite scriptures. I love that scripture. It's like it's not about the length of the words or the sentence or the statement. It's very short, brief words that has such powerful meaning behind it. So now, as I said before, I'm going to get to the finances. So let's get to the finances right now. Let's do it. Okay, so it says so. Well, those are my family. I get this over here, as you know. Uh, it's been February 27th of our mother's passing, and on it was December 12th, I believe December 12th, that our house went on auction. When the house went on auction, it was in June that the auction was finalized and the house was purchased to the bank. And you know, mother was going through metastatic breast cancer, and it was at the point of her last few weeks of her life here on earth. Her last words that she said to her children before she passed, in this particular room right here that I'm in, look behind me right here where you see the bathroom at, that's the bathroom that she goes to in her room. She was standing next to me over here, and she asked, did any one of us want the house? And at that moment, our own main concern was our mother's health. The depth into that, what she was saying was, do anybody want what I have labored and worked for that is of value? Real estate. That even if you want to sell it and do what you want, I want to give you a part of me. Do anybody want a part of my value that I have put out in my labor in this world for over 33 years? So, to make a long story short in that, my mother, of course, she had passed on, you know. So, we're going to do the finances to now her property's worth. When our house went into foreclosure and it was auctioned out for a price, you know, for anyone that was there to buy it. She was alive, them in the hospital. When it went under, then the redemption period had passed by the time she was actually 3 days from leaving this earth was the redemption period. It was on the 24th of January. January. So it was 3 weeks prior, I'm sorry. And it was on actually February 22nd that the paperwork was written up for the ending of the redemption period. So now, just so everyone can understand, the reasoning is also too, which I don't want anyone to ever go through, anyone out there, got family, got friends, anyone who sees this, just understand something very important here. Real estate is money when you don't have cash money. And if you have real estate, you have more than what you could ever have. It's not the same as having personal property. Personal property cannot give you what real estate can give you. And when you hear someone say they're in debt, we were aware that mother was in debt, but the amount that she was in debt, really no one knew. So this is what we're going to go over right now. And why I still got a little bit of daylight. I have a plan. For anyone out there, I want you to know, just in the properties in New Jersey and what their value is, and what you can get them for, And also, if you are out there and you have any loved one, a sick one, and they've been in a home for 33 years, that is something that is of such great value that even if you don't keep it, you can split it up amongst, the family members and get a profit out of it. Because that's the whole main thing why our building blocks, our parents, our grandparents, they hold on to things for a long time. It has nothing to do with the physicality of it. It's the memories that is there and what they know they build for their family. When you have a property for even 10 years, everyone's aware. When you go to the holiday, you go out on the holidays, and you go to a relative house, you know that relative will always have that property. No matter what happens, that relative is always at that property, which becomes such an extreme comfort because when you get together, guess where everyone goes? To that relative house that they know that's always at that same property, and it feels good. You reminisce on the memories, what you used to do when you were 2 years old over here, and how you played running down the halls, and when you broke this over here, and you still got the marking in it and the walls from, it's really great. So parents remember that, and those that were there to purchase it more than we do. They remember where we first walked at. They remember where we first fell learning to walk. They remember where they put the markers at when we were growing. They remember the room that they recreated to give us the individuality, because now we're 14, 15 years old and we want to be, independent and explore our individuality. So there's a lot of memories that are outside of the parties, the holidays, the festivals, or everything like that, and telling it. That's priceless. It's very much priceless. Now, I'm going to give now out the estimated, the market value of the property of my mother's home in New Jersey, and what the consideration price was. This is what everyone had been waiting to see. Everyone wanted to know. Excuse me. I'm still trying to hope I make it outside before it gets dark on me. Now, the total price, the market price. It's not the value of the home. With everything you do and fixtures you add in, you can always, the market is like this, it's all based on what you put into it. You're going to increase the market value, always. That's real estate. So the market value is $250,000, actually a little more than $250,000. It's $259,789 market price. That's the market price of it, not the value, but the market price. That's what it was just going on sale for someone to buy it. And the consideration that the bank was asking for first, always going to the owners, always, because they have first dibs on their own property, of course, was $13,151.28. Now, in the situation with us, my older brother didn't want no part in taking the money. He was so humble about the whole situation. He lost his mother, and he's always been such a great big brother that even in the end, he was just great big brother. He did a program too. But he said, I don't want, if anything happens with the money, I don't want anything part, and I just want y'all to be okay. So we knew if we did have the property and we held on to it, it would be split 4 ways. So before I even go into that, we're going to have to deal with the, well, first, let me back up here. So everyone knows I have this out on file here. It was July 20th that I went down the file. I don't know if this can be seen on the screen here, this camera. And I filed, of course, because that was the property owners, my mother and stepdad here. And they put up the date and just when the filing was. On this day here, I was actually in school for real estate, and it was the day before my exam. And the day that I took off, where I had to take off, was that particular day. So what ended up turning in, because I went and filed for them, is they just transferred it into my name, because both of the owners, the prior owners, are deceased. My stepdad passed on from prostate cancer in 2013, and my mother passed on from metastatic breast cancer in 2017. So They had no one to go in court to support them, to stand there for them. I'm there, my family's too, all of us, we all, guys, we just lost, My mother was the foundation, she was the one that was like the glue. She held the family together. So it was extremely devastating that you don't think on finances outside of what you need to get paid to do this or that. So I'm saying this out too, because when you hear a relative tell you before they pass on, do anybody want, and it's property, real estate, even if you hear that there's debt involved, open your ears to listen, because it may not be what you think it is. That's why I give out this video. Because had it been otherwise, I don't think I would even open my mouth to say anything. So now, with that being said, so when you're dealing in real estate, in my mother's property, it's 12 rooms here, it's 2 bathrooms, it's 4 bedrooms, living room, dining room. There's the recreation room actually could be a full-size bedroom. So you extract that out, you can say 3 bedrooms, but actually that's a bedroom, but you can make it into whatever you want. For us, it was a recreation room, but it also then became a bedroom as we grew older. And 2 baths, full, living room, dining room, and we're going to take a walk in through the house. But anyway, I want to just go over then the let me see, I have it on this paper right here. We're going to have to go over the cost approach, because when anybody get involved in real estate, they always want to know, well, how much money do I got to put out for it before I see a profit? That's with anything. So here we go here. Now, as I said before, the property, the market price is $259,789,000, and the consideration, the bank, all they wanted for is it to be, continue on to be in yours, and you will then have the deeding of the home, So I'm gonna just, well, that would give the owners back their equity in home. You can do whatever you want to with it. You got the money, you can sell it, you can stay, you can do whatever you want. Okay, so we're gonna go 259, 259,000 and $79. Let's go 259 and 789 minus 13,151.28. That leaves a remainder of $246,637.72. Now, if you're dealing off with cost approach, the things that we are aware of that was issues in this house, which happened out, out and through time, was the roof. The roof leaked, so the roof would need to be replaced. So that is a physical deterioration that would have to be taken care of, and the flooring in the basement, in the dining room, the floor would have to be relaid out. So that I would put down here, it'd be a total of probably like about $15,000 total. Now, if you take that price and you add it in with the 151.28, it will come to $28,151.28. I will also say into right now that there is no functional obsolescence in this home. Everything works. Everything works. If you wanted to put a fixture in here, you may want to put in here a central air. The house is built for central air. They all built to support for central air, which happened after we had a fire in 1994, and the house and the whole interior was rebuilt. There is no exterior obsolescence. As a matter of fact, there is great amenities. There is a elementary school that is in walking distance, literally down the street from me. I used to go to as well. And there is right up the street from there, only about a block up the street, is a high school. And there's also then a block up from there, from the high school, there is a grocery store. And there's Independence Mall. And Independence Mall, there's also a movie theater there. There's amenities like right around you in walking distance, which is an awesome buy in real estate. It really truly is. It's an awesome buy in real estate. So now to just now continue over the figures. So